they have a baby that is making the most like guttural, like terrifying. It sounds like something's like dying in the bushes, like this baby, like
Yikes.
Jay. I could see why you might want that to go away sooner rather than
So
later.
I just think my brain stopped because I think the Scrub Jays would
Mm,
just be a great name for a band.
sure, sure.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, Scrub
I
Jays.
like the way you think.
And I don't want it to sound like a dying animal in a bush somewhere, but
Yeah, so don't tell that story. You're on stage.
No, no.
so the Scrub Jays, we're gonna give that one up as a free name available.
Mm.
How do you name a band, Alyssa Stock?
Guess depends what type of band it is. Like, when I started with my partner Jerry in upstate New York to do the Rusty Doves was our duo, and we were doing like kind of Americana and bluegrass and you know bird and adjective is
Bird?
time.
Put a bird on it.
Yeah,
The
I went
Portlandia answer.
bird on it,
Yeah.
and the fact that it was older music, like maybe a little disused, like rusty, seemed like a good descriptor to put with that. Just pretty devs, and it just seemed to work well. So after free association, I suppose, like back brain, like thought, but getting multiple people to agree gets exponentially more difficult if you're like throwing it out for a lot of people. And then a secondary band, the oh gosh, the
Scrub
Darlin
Jays.
Darlin and Do,
Oh.
that was with two women. We were trying to figure out because they had had this name pre-existing, and we're like, so now that you're the new member, like what new name would suit us if we were to change the name? And we were like kicking it around for probably a good month, and a lot of good names I think were thrown out, but none of them struck all of us at the same time, like
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's the one. And so eventually it just stayed as Darling Do.
That's so I was in a band called the Dark Horses, and it was the same thing. We eventually just kind of thought, fine, we just can't think of anything better. Let's just do the Dark Horses. Like no one really loved it. It was like everyone's. I mean, maybe everyone loved your band name, but like in our case, it was just the second best. It was just always there. And when you can't agree, there's one default name that just sort of wins. Kelly Smith, how do you name a band?
I'm a fan of the dictionary. You open the dictionary,
Squirrel Nut Zipper
blindly
it is.
put your finger down,
Yeah,
and find a name.
yeah,
Looks good. The other one I used to do a lot is the mixture of people's names.
right.
Like we had Ken, Eric, guy named Valenzuela, so we call ourselves Eric, Valor, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Pick up names, let other people name you.
it's a great idea.
People like you guys should call yourself this or that, or uh, sometimes putting too much into a name is you don't want to end up being like Brian Daisley or something like that.
Whatever you do, just don't name a band after yourself. That's the only truly dick move in the band naming world.
Just
It
kidding.
reminds me of the name that the Rusty Doves, the name we tried before that, which was a thought I had, which being young, like I think I was like 22 or so, like I'd always liked Concordia as like a word. I was like, it could be Concordia, but it just took like once or twice of people introducing us like, and this is Concordia, like,
An
and
accordion
at that
band?
point like the
Yeah.
shine wore off of that, and we had to find another one, which became the Rusty Doves.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can be like, I love that name, like, but it doesn't really work in practice.
Yeah.
So you have to be open to retooling it.
It can depend on the style of music you're doing.
Hmm.
You want to be
Yeah.
the pretty flowers when you're doing heavy metal music, or it's kind of want to
I
you
like
want it
that.
to
Yeah.
fit in with
Yeah.
the
No, I like it.
genre,
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to market it or bring
if
people into it,
yeah, you're
like,
trying to bring people in that are going to be like, oh, that's a cool name, or so,
Yeah.
or things that mean something to like family members, or tributes are good.
Or just name it after yourself.
Yeah, or just name it after yourself. Take all the money. Typical.
Yeah, typical.
But then you'll always be part of you'll be the person to blame. You can't spread the blame
That's true.
around as easily if like
Yeah.
it is the Brian Daisley band.
Having
the
done
buck
that,
stops.
having done that before, and by the way, if you're just tuning in, this is Kelly Smith and Alyssa Talk from the band formerly known as the Brian Daisley Band. We're in Alyssa's backyard, and I actually forgot where I was going with that.
Well, we're picking on him, you know,
It's
because
been a while. It's been too long.
It used to be
I got a chance to
his
pick on
band
you.
name, so that's why we're giving you a hard time.
It was a terrible move. I regret. That's where I was going with that. I did. I regretted naming it after myself.
I think
How
it was a good
soon
move.
after we joined the band were
Within
you
5
like, this is
minutes
a
of doing this,
bad
it was. I kind of knew it was a bad idea when we were doing it, but I hate band name conversations. Like I really do not. Like it's just it's a it
like
just
choosing one within a
yes.
group.
Yeah, what you just described, like you go to the month, test it out, or whatever. Those brainstorm sessions that turn into like joke sessions that just keep going and going, and eventually everyone has their name they like, and it's just really hard to work through it. And so with the Brian Daisley Band, I felt like that was just an easy way out. But I didn't love it. But I was like, but it's a viable name we could use right now.
It's always good, you can hurt people's feelings too. Like they really like a name and you don't
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah, you can't say I want the Brian Daisley Band. They're like, no, I think it's a terrible name. It's like, let's say I'd be offended. So
Somebody really,
deeply offended, Kelly.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have hurt my
And
feelings.
also you were like a really
You're out.
like you're one of the main creative drivers because a lot of it was
Yeah.
your song backlog, like of what you had
Yeah,
had and that
yeah,
you were
yeah.
continually creating. And so
Sure.
a lot of that did make sense that you were headlining like
Yeah.
the name of it too. Like for that project it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely never gonna do it again. The Brian Daisley Band is you guys. It's it's what we did together.
You got that garage wall cleaned off for the big banner.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kelly
It's
made
never going to do me any good anymore.
a huge. You've got a massive Brian Daisley Band vinyl in your
Yes.
living abode.
8x10. That's not
You know what?
inches.
My mom would want that.
Yeah.
We'll send it to her.
All right. Seriously.
I'd buy it off you to send it to her,
Let's give it to you.
and then I'd be every time I show up in her house, I'd be like, "Where's the banner?"
Perfect.
It was a strange you didn't have so I had known you previously through your mom,
Yeah.
like and playing, at her house for jam sessions, like bluegrass. Like
Mhm.
that's how I came into her orbit. And I'd met you at some of those jam sessions, along with a handful of
Yeah.
other really good musicians. But it wasn't really until COVID hit in 2020 that I think you were reaching out to a few people.
Mhm.
And um, had reached out to me for vocals, like to add on to the project. Had there been any uh, Brian Daisley band? No, I take that back. I had seen a show that you were playing solo. I think at the Tractor, not the Tractor Drive. Excuse me. Oh gosh,
Tim's.
Tim's. Yeah, at that time. And so was that the most of the time that you were playing just like solo under for
Yeah, I
that
didn't
original
do much.
material?
Yeah, I did the cover band for a long time, and then the solo stuff. I just didn't write anything that I thought was very good until suddenly I just could write songs, and it was just you finally the skill just got to a spot where it's like, okay, now I know how to do it,
Mm.
and then the songs started flowing. I think during the COVID time too, you just have time, you can't do your normal activities, so songwriting became the thing,
Could hone it. Yeah.
and then I could just plug out a bunch, and then I thought, I want to let's do a band, so I put together the band, and then I realized, oh crap, like one album of songs isn't enough for a band. And I realized I needed to start writing more music.
Yeah, the
But
hunger
then I felt like I
had been
had to write
ignited.
music, yeah. And Cathedral, the second album was the stuff written for the band. So I'll always associate that album with that band. They were written for that band.
It's good stuff.
I'm really proud of it. I
Should be.
love playing with you guys. I thought it was good. And uh, by the end of it, honestly, I wanted to be a better singer. I mean, that was one of my goals, and so we all know what happened there. But
You made a lot of progress, like in all the years that we
yeah,
played together, and then you decided to become an opera singer. So,
well, decided to try.
oh yeah, yeah.
That ends up being harder than
Shoot
I
for the
thought too.
stars,
But
for the
yeah,
high and low note.
I never did get a chance to hear that.
I'm pretty select on this stuff. There's a recording of me out
Maybe
somewhere on
tonight we
YouTube.
can give a little
Turn the camera off.
back concert. Yeah.
There you go. I don't even know if that camera's going anymore. I am a terrible podcaster.
It was just to get this conversation flowing.
All right, well, out of material. How do you do podcasts?
Uh,
Kelly,
Basically, you have a couple of ideas and you talk about it.
ideas.
Having an outline of broad topic like points probably is a helpful thing for
Nobody told me this before the start of the show.
seems
So
common sense.
Okay, I gotta think of something.
Just in the off chance it's still rolling.
Alyssa, um, what is your earliest, what is the moment where you're like, I I think I'm a musician?
It was, let's see. It
Or
there's a difference
window.
between like,
Yeah.
I really like creating music versus like I am the person who can create the music.
Yeah.
Versus, just like I like it versus I'm good at it. Um the moment where I like really knew I liked it was pretty early. I think it was like 3 or so, but
Wow.
my parents went to a pig roast at one of the local towns that they had some friends. I think like one person in a band there, and I was just doing whatever young Alyssa does, which is trying to wander off
Mm.
with people and get into like imaginative adventures. But I apparently was really gravitating towards the band, and they were on a break, like so they're like through their halfway through their set, and or like on the break. But I went up, and I really at that point loved Puff the Magic Dragon
Yeah.
and the Puff the Magic Dragon song, and so I
You're
guess
far too young for Puff the
I
Magic
must
Dragon.
have. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
That era came later.
Yeah.
But I asked the guy who I had seen, like, I think on guitar, like, can I sing like my song like in front? And he thought it was really cute, and so he like lowered the mic down for me, and I sang the Magic Dragon like however many times, but just gave me the bug. I was in front. Everyone was like, "Ah,
Clapping for you.
so cute! Oh, so
Can you play
good."
any Puff the Magic Dragon right now still?
Oh gosh,
Can
I
you like
don't.
just do the beginning of it?
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea. Something in the autumn mist from the lands of
Honestly,
Annalee. Puff the magic dragon. I would just do that, like, several times. So,
I can see why
not,
the crowd was in rapturous
yeah,
applause.
as you can imagine, that
Yeah.
was the start of my career, like, in the heights.
Love it. Kelly, do you remember your moment?
A lot of it was me for when I was a kid. I was into choir. I sang in choir quite a bit, and also sang in plays. I was involved in plays, and basically, I wanted to impress girls, so I bought a guitar because I was going to be a rock star. And I started playing 6 string acoustic, and everybody wanted to be a 6 string acoustic guitar player, and so I decided that I would take up the bass.
Yeah.
And it was a great move. Opened up a lot more opportunities for me, and started playing. I was playing bar circuit when I was 16 years old in Chicago, playing with a couple different bands. One was a 3-piece, uh, basically like a rockabilly band. They were pretty good, called Spectacles.
Oh my goodness!
So we played.
Imagine the conversation.
Played
That
a
one.
lot of bars and stuff. I was playing with people who were of age, but I was had to go through a lot to get in and play the gigs. Did that. Started that, and then started playing a little bit more heavy rock and roll, and started blues band in Chicago.
Started it?
As well, I joined a blues band. We with a couple friends.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of Chicago bars, blues bars. did all that, and then came here. Then I ran into the Brian Daisley band.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to being part of the Kelly Smith Blues Band. We've
Well,
talked about
we're
this.
working on it.
I'll be your bass player. You can be the guitar.
Oh,
Switch up the
well,
role.
yeah,
Yeah.
it could be. I'm gonna be lead cowbell.
So what are your, other than your cowbell career, what musical ambition?
Well, currently, my ambition is reverse osmosis. I'm wanting to go back to a little bit more of open free uh, jamming.
Let's do that with these guitars in a moment.
Yeah, it's kind of the pressures and so forth involved in trying to be a playing out band. Gets to be a lot, and
Yeah.
I've lost. It's fun, and I know that's kind of what some of the stuff you went through. But for me, uh, I lost some of the magic. Has been taken away. I like to jam and
You're
Liz
welcome.
jam. No,
That's my legacy.
I don't mean
I
it that way. I mean,
I destroyed
I
Kelly's dream.
it's structure, a little less structure is what I'm looking for. Uh, and like I say, the blues is a great format for that. But also looking, to do something a little looser and just not have so much pressure and create as a group. And that's kind of why I was excited about doing a little something here today, but building stuff together where it's not just one person or like it's great when you bring a song and everybody it's that works good.
Yeah.
But it's really magical when you all create songs together.
Yeah.
And you get in a groove and you build it together, and it's a team.
It belongs to the whole
It
group.
belongs to the group.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's a,
unpredictable too. It can be more
I mean,
unpredictable if you have
yeah.
a
you have to
mix.
bring ideas. It's not like you can just we're just going to snap, make things happen. You bring ideas and so forth, but
But it's
a
not
little bit,
changed.
a little bit of that
Yeah.
is what I'm looking for. Just a little less pressure.
Oh, yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Just as the
Some incense. I need a little more incense, a little black light.
we're back in high school.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Try to bring some of that magic back.
Yeah.
Play for hours and hours and hours without any bothering anybody. So.
Yeah.
Used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How did your dreams end with the Brian Daisley Band?
Well, you pulled the plug, didn't you?
Well, I was killing Kelly. It was something had to die. It was just,
I was along for the ride,
Yeah.
so I was like, I went on the way up, and then like we had our natural conclusion. But no, I had a
What's
great
next?
great
Oh,
time.
I had a great time too. Don't. I'm joking about all that stuff.
I had a great time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it went in a very natural arc,
Yeah.
like with all variables considered. It's like went through a lot of eras, like micro eras over the years that we all played together.
Yeah.
It came out of a strange time with COVID, and the world's just gotten stranger. So
Yeah.
it's a different time than it's ever been, I think, for bands trying to play out
Absolutely.
and have the life that people always consider like what a touring or even like regularly playing band used to be like. It's just a lot more difficult to make a living or even just make it worthwhile to play music out. The audiences are different, the venues are a lot different, and so it's just a very different
Yeah.
expectation, like that
The
you
world
have
has
to
changed
have.
in the digital era as well. People want instant gratification. They used to like not be able to just. I can click a button and hear anything I want, and people would come to see me live
Because
music.
you're hungry for it.
There was no YouTube.
Yeah.
There was no.
Yeah.
I can just click on any band and watch them right now, and like that's the digital era has changed how things totally operate. When I started, there was none of that.
Yeah.
It was all hard work. You'd get your gigs, you'd build your fan base, and you'd have those magic moments.
Yeah.
And,
Get on your horse, you drive 50 miles to the nearest saloon.
Yep.
And you hear some accordion music for the night
Exactly.
when you were a kid. You see where I was going with that.
Yeah.
I'd kill Kelly again, suck the soul out of his existence.
Red Mountain Polka. Gonna get you every time.
Just for the record, I want to say that the band we were in, I I cherish those memories.
Mhm.
Like that was so special
Yeah.
to me anyway, and
Yeah, likewise.
it was great. I enjoyed the time with you guys. We had some great experiences, and at times we made some awesome music, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh, it
Lost
was
Forever.
magical.
It was great.
Yeah, yeah. We had a lot of people that played with us over the years that were
Yeah,
all really good musicians and really fun people to be around.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, it's a blast.
I kind of consider that whole group is just like a big kind of musical family.
mm,
That's all.
yeah.
That's
A
all.
lot of good people.
Yeah.
Have you seen a fair amount of people like who know you from the gigs that
Oh,
Ryan did
like
with
the
band?
fame
Yeah.
or
You know
no.
the remnants of
All
notoriety,
those
I guess.
girls are coming knocking at his
Yeah.
door. And, like,
My wife scared them all away. I'm assuming they come by when I'm not
Someone's
around,
gotta
so
do
she never
it.
tells me. Yeah. No. They're I wouldn't say there was any fame that way, but it wasn't for that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
connections.
Yeah. This is what else you can do with your life. Do cool stuff like that. So what is next? Like we didn't quite get to that for you though. Like what are you looking at?
Ah,
What's in your future?
I so I've been in a few bands like the Rusty Doves, Brian Daisley Band. I've played with a lot of people around here, but for most of the um, times that I've played music, it hasn't been personal, like original material. Like with Rusty Doves, there was like a portion of the songs that we played that were originals. Um, but it's been a long time since I've written enough to have and have updated to where I'm at currently as an artist with whatever my current things I want to say
Yeah.
are being put out there. So that obviously needs to be updated, and I'm slowly creeping up on having some more modern songs
Yeah.
to share. Um, and so that's percolating right now. I think it's like getting close to the point where I'm ready to tie them up and play them out for people.
Mm.
Um, a lot of the way I wanted to move into the future too musically is mandolin has been my instrument to not just be like singing a cappella, um, but there's a lot of sound that I really appreciate in more electronic aspects, like electric guitar, um, keyboard, um,
I like how you're citing those as the
and
electronic instruments versus like a computer.
yeah. No, the computer I'd have less experience with, although I really appreciate electronic music generally.
Yeah.
But I have a lot less experience with um, kind of building that side of things. Will's worked a little bit more, and um, I don't know, you have more knowledge towards some of the um, building and mixing. So I might lean on some of that experience, but something different, something a departure from things that have come before, or even outside of acoustic music. So that's kind of where
Gotta
I'm
keep
looking for, yeah, in the next year or so.
Okay. Well, I would say I'll be your bass player, but Kelly is also available, so
I'll keep you guys, yeah, in my
Definitely.
Rolodex.
well, when that happens, when you play out, I will let my tens of fans know.
Thank you.
One of them will show up.
We could load them into the back of a truck.
We'll rent a
and
truck.
We'll,
Uh, we've been talking about songwriting, so I think I'm going to turn the podcast off and we're going to work on some songs. I don't know if we'll ever come back on. I don't know if we'll play them again on the podcast, but that's where we're going to stop. You know what? Thanks. This is a terrible ending. Let me try this again. Pause. T. Thank you. No, I can't. How do you start and close podcasts?
Uh, everybody, have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a better day the next day.
Great talking with you guys.
That works. Oh, this was a little more me.
Yes.
All right.